My name is Curtis Bond, and my in-game name is PurdyKurty, and I play for Lazarus. PurdyKurty means to me is nothing really. It's kind of just a play on words from a little rhyme my parents had growing up, which I don't remember exactly. And I just wanted a little rhymey name, so it kind of stuck. Video games to me are just, it started as a way to escape reality and it turned into a profession. My childhood was pretty good. My dad raised me as a single parent in Coconut Creek, Florida, my whole life since I got into professional gaming. And it was pretty good. He did everything he could with providing me any type of game I wanted at any time, or getting me in any sports, getting me there and home, taking care of me, everything like that. So I had a pretty good childhood. Yeah, sports I played growing up were mainly basketball, and then my primary one was football. I was a quarterback, so I guess it translated into being an IGL. School growing up was pretty basic for me, not like insane standout grade-wise or like popularity-wise, pretty basic. But I left school pretty early, and I had some surgeries growing up, so not a big school experience behind me. My favorite childhood memory is probably when I got my dog, my first and only dog, which sadly passed away like a year ago now. But bringing her home that first day and just having, like, playing with her, rolling around on the floor with my dog was probably my favorite memory. So telling my family about professional gaming and me wanting to get into it was probably the easiest thing ever, because I was already playing video games like 12 to 16 hours a day, and I just turned to my dad and I was like, yeah, this team's offering me some money to play games, so I'm gonna go for it. And he was like, yeah, you better start getting paid. As far as committing to professional gaming was pretty easy for me. It's just, I just went with it basically. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor or anything like that. I have no idea what I wanted to do, so I'm just going with the flow and kind of enjoying where I'm at. So growing up, obviously, I love playing games, so every kid who's spending 10 plus hours a day on video games wants to do this as a living, and I just got lucky enough to stumble into it. The earliest memory I can remember of trying to get into video games, or how I wanted to get into video games, was probably when my dad bought me a PlayStation, the original one, just like Spyro and stuff like that, and I think it was just to mainly keep me busy, and he probably regrets it because I was hooked since. So the way I found PUBG was my friends kind of just kept bothering me to play it because I was brain deadly playing a horrible game called Ark, which I regret because it was a waste of time. So eventually my friends convinced me to play PUBG, and I couldn't get off it ever since. The way I got into esports in PUBG was me and my friends just kept playing every single day, and eventually a few of them were like, hey, there's this competition coming up, we want to sign up. Next thing I knew, we were like top 5 team in PUBG Online, and just kept rolling ever since. So as far as my time with STK, I think it's been really, really good, especially compared to my other rosters. It's just been more stable and more of a positive environment. And just from like our first global event or international event at GLL Season 3, when we were struggling and everybody was struggling as a whole, we were in like 15th. Just the resilience and the consistency of the team to come back after that and just fight up to 6th. Just since then, it's been a really good overall experience. Knowing everybody is going to keep grinding no matter what, and everybody's got their head in the game at all times, it's just a really good feeling. So the way I feel with Lazarus is good and bad. The bad is I'm going to miss the SDK and the branding and kind of like that underdog feeling we had and that story basically. But the good is Lazarus now, we're more comfortable, we're financially taken care of, and we're growing with a new brand, and it should be an exciting future. As far as goals are concerned, I think it's the same as we always have. It's just to take it one game at a time, but at the end of the phase, to try and get that #1 spot. So I'm PurdyKurty. This has been my player interview. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you tell us who you want to see in the next interview.